Hello, Neil McGee with the UVA School of Data Science. Here to show you how to install Python 3 on a Windows computer. So this is a brand new EC2 instance in Amazon running Windows Server 2022, but it's a lot like Windows 11, same underlying design. And it has nothing special other than like Visual Studio and Docker and Git Bash, some basic tools installed. And really my goal here is that we install Python 3 so that we can invoke it and we can call up a Python terminal from Git Bash, or we could run a Python script in Git Bash. So let's just do the basics for that, just so we're up and running with Python in this particular computer. So the first thing you need to know before you can get the installation media is to find out what kind of architecture you have on your computer, what kind of chip you have. And this is important because you might have a 32-bit or 64-bit computer. Amazon makes this nice little widget in the upper right that shows me my architecture is AMD 64. So it's an AMD chip, but it's 64-bit. So that shows me what's going on. But for your computer, the way that you can find out is go to the Start menu and come up 2 icons to the Settings. And this is everything about your computer. Go to the System tab. And then finally down on the bottom far left is an About page that tells you everything about your computer, your Windows specs, your chip specs, and memory, and so on. But notice here, system type, 64-bit operating system. That's what's important to know. So I can confirm, and you can look on yours. Most modern laptops and desktop computers are going to be 64-bit. So that's good to know. So let's close that. And then we go to, in a web browser, we go to python.org. The official repository and community for Python, and go to the Downloads menu to Windows. And here you'll see popular releases for Windows. Everything on the left are stable versions, 3.11, 3.12, 3.12, and so on. And then pre-releases on the right. These are like previews and betas and kind of bleeding edge and so on. So I'm actually going to go down and get a copy of 3.12 here. I like that. And instead of the embeddable package, those aren't so useful to us. We just want to go to the actual Windows installer for 64-bit. So that's the one I want. I'll click on that and it downloads. And then just go ahead and open that file. And this is going to walk me through the installation process. And I'll just close that. So a couple options. We're going to just use the basic installation, but do I want to use admin privileges? Yes. And yes, I want to add Python to my path. Remember, the path, if you're not familiar, is where your terminal or where your computer finds executables to run. So it's a place where software lives. And there might be multiple places, and they're all kind of bundled, conjoined together with a colon between them into your path. So I'm not going to customize anything. I'm just going to take the normal installation, and I'm going to go ahead and start this. This will install pip, so I can install packages. It'll install Python itself. It'll install the test suite, and so on. Let's just give this a few more seconds to run. Okay, so my setup was successful. It shows me that with a little confirmation screen. Sometimes when you run this installer, you might get a little button down here that says, hey, would you like me to allow a higher limit to your path, beyond whatever 240 characters or something like that? And if that option is there, you can click yes, because that might be of help to you. That just means your computer allows, it doesn't have this limit of a certain number of characters to the total path. So click that if it's an option. Otherwise, you should be good to go. So we're going to close the installer. I'm going to close my Git Bash and open another one. And now the way that we can invoke the Python shell is to type Python -I, and that means interactive mode. And there I go, Python 3.12.2, and I can say, print. It works. And there I go. And from here I could import, OS, import random, and so on. And I just got a normal Python 3.12 shell. I could likewise, and if I need to get out of this, no control function does anything. You can't control D or control X or anything. So you just have to use the built-in function exit. And it takes no arguments at all. Exit. There we go. I must have hit a space in there. So now I'm out of it. And if I were if I were looking at scripts, so here's file.py, I could also python file.py, and that will execute my script. So it's all good. We've installed Python 3 on a Windows instance. Thanks.